again everyone, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Now in today's video, we'll be looking at how to teach children sight words without encouraging them to memorize. This method is also good because a child will be able to read words that look similar to the ones we are teaching them today. So let's get into it. Don't know me, I go by the name of Michelle. I am a teacher by profession. I'm a foundation-based teacher. I am currently a reading coach as well as a master trainer. Let's get into today's video. So to be able to teach a child sight words, these are random words that just appear which don't follow any order. You will need maybe a pen and somewhere to write. I'll be using my marker. I'll be using my whiteboard for today. And you will also need counters. This could be just rocks you have picked up from outside or anything in and around the house that you can use to count. Like I said, I'll be using my Lego blocks and let's get into it. So I have chosen to look at the most common sight words which CAPS recommends, and these are some of the first words that CAPS recommends. So to be able to teach sight words successfully, you need to also make sure that a child can successfully hear all of the sounds in a word. Let's take, for example, the first word, which will be the. I'm talking about the article the. This is a word we can use in sentences. For example, the cat is fat, or the jacket is black, like the one I'm wearing today. So to be able to teach a child, the first step you need to do is listen to how many sounds you can hear in that word. So when I say the word the, how many sounds are you able to hear? I'm able to hear the sound v as well as the sound So I have two sounds, v, And now I'm going to go ahead and just make two lines to represent those sounds. You can also use dots to do this. And now I'm going to think about how it actually is that we represent the sound that I've just said, v. How do we represent that sound in letters? So let's go ahead. We write the sound v like that, and the other sound is Okay, that stripe is too far away, so let's just do that. So we have the word v, If we put these together, it's going to read the. Let's get into the second word. The second sight word that CAPS recommends is the sight word and. Remember, the first step is to count how many sounds you can hear in words. So in the word and, I can hear the sound a, n, as well as the sound d. So a, n, d. Three sounds. So I'm going to make 3 dots representing each sound that I can hear. And you're going to go ahead and write that, represent the sounds that you are making with your mouth in actual letters. So a, n, d, and when you blend that, and. All right, let's go to the third sight word. The third sight word is this one. Sometimes we say a, like for example, a cat is fat, but this is actually a schwa sound. And any schwa sounds just makes one common sound, and that is Okay, so let's take for example another word that we can use with this schwa sound, and this schwa sound is also an article, the same as the word the. So let's take for example the word cat. So now that schwa sound is no longer making its because now it's in an actual word. So this word is cat. Let's get into the next word. The next sight word that we have is the word to. And again, the first step is to listen to how many sounds we can hear in the words. So when I say the word to, how many sounds can you hear? I can hear the sound t and a oo. So we go and represent that using actual letters. And I said I heard 2 sounds, so I'm making 2 dots to represent that. And now I will go ahead and write the letters that represent the sounds that I've just made. So for example, t, how does a t look like? It looks like a T. So this is the letter that says T, and in this case we have an open vowel. So you explain to a child that in this word, because it's an open vowel just means that a word ends with a vowel, and this is not normal in the English language. You put a heart over that to let them know that under normal circumstances we would say that this word is a T and a O, ta. But because it ends in a vowel, this vowel now says its name. So, two. Do we get that? Let's get into the next word. The next most common sight word is the word said. Alright? Now in the word said, how many sounds can I hear? I can hear the S, A, and D. How many sounds are that? 3. That means we are going to be writing 3 units of sound. I'm going to make 3 dots representing that. And how do I make the first sound? S. Which letter actually makes the sound S? We have a S, we have an A, and we have a D. You explain to a child that in this word, the A and the I make the sound SAID. So you put a heart over that if this is not something that you have already taught the particular child in question. So again, let's blend this word SAID, said. Let's go to the next sight word. The next sight word we have is the word in. And again, before we start, we always count the sounds. So how many sounds can you hear in the word in? I can hear a E and a N. Alright, that is 2 sounds. You go ahead and represent that on the board or on the paper, wherever you're writing. And now we write that in actual letters. How does an E? Which letter makes the sound E? And that is the E and the N. In this word, there's nothing to remember, so there is no need for a heart over the word. Remember, we only put hearts over things that are irregular in a word, and this is to let the child know that that is something to remember in that word. Let's go to the next word. The next word we have is the word he. And this one is the same as be and we. Okay? So again, before I go there, to be able to successfully write this word, we need to count how many sounds it makes. I can hear the sound H and I can hear the sound I. So H, E makes the word he. We go ahead and write the dots and we represent that in the letters as well. Now what is special about this word is also that it ends in a vowel. Remember what we said, when a word ends in a vowel, it would usually be read as H and E. But because it ends with a vowel, this vowel will suddenly say its name. And what is its name? E. What does it sound? E. So instead of making it sound, we say its name. So this is a H and an E. The same applies to other words that look like this. It could be the word me. It could be the word be. Or it could just be the word we. Got that? Right. Let's get into the next sight word, which is the word was. Was. Okay? How many sounds can we hear in the word was? W. W. Z. Okay? W. Z. Right. Now we go ahead and make a dot for each sound I can hear. And now we write the sounds in actual symbols. That is W. And an A looks like this. W-az. This S over here makes the sound Z, and this usually happens when S is at the end of a word. So we need to also let our child know that this A doesn't sound like an A for apple. It's actually a W-az. So was. This could also be considered a schwa sound. I hope things are starting to make sense. Again, if this video is being helpful for you so far, don't forget to click the like button and share this video. And most importantly, don't forget to subscribe so that you get access to these videos. If you would like to, you can switch on the notification button so that you get a notification every time when we post new videos. Alright, the next sight word that we can look at is the word you. Now again, we go back to counting the sounds. So how many sounds can I hear in the word you? I can hear a y and a oo. So 2 sounds. That means 2 dots. You got it right? How do we represent that word? So a y looks like this, And in this case, we have this special sound, which is oo. And in this word, the oo looks like this. What do? We put a heart over that to remind the child that the word oo is written like this. So you. All right. Let's get into a couple more sight words. Remember, I have posted the list of these sight words on our Facebook group that is at the After School Teacher. You may just go ahead and download these sounds. I've also compiled a list that will show you exactly how to separate these words into different sounds. All right, let's go to the next sight word, which is the word they. And again, before we start with everything, we start by counting how many sounds we can hear. I can hear a v, a and a y. So v, a, y, they. That means 3 sounds. I am making 3 dots. And again, how do we write the sound v? If you've already taught your child the sight word the article the, then they already know this. See the benefits of that. And then a and a y. So there is nothing special about this, unless if you have not taught your child that th says the, then you will go ahead and put a heart over this. The benefit of this method is that you can now go ahead and ask your child to read any word as long as you have taught them the basic letter sounds. You can go ahead and ask your child or a child to read any word that has this sound. Let's take, for example, v, and we have a and a t. They'll be able to read a word like this. What about a word like those? This one has a silent E, that's why it doesn't have a dot. So those, those. What about a word like think? So now that TH changes its sound to an unvoiced sound. Now instead of it saying v, it's saying th. So we have a th. Oopsie, what a mess. Th, k, and that word is think. Right, let's do a couple more sight words, but before that, let me pick up what fell. Okay, so we have a few more sight words. Remember, we have a full list of these sight words as well as a document that shows you how to separate or how to segment these sight words, all right? The next word we have is the word she, all right? Again, we count the sounds. How many sounds can you hear in the word she? I can hear a sh and an e. We do 2 dots and then we represent that using actual letters. So we have a sh and an e. That is 2 dots. Now how do we represent the sound sh? If this is a rule that a child already knows or you have taught them already, then you don't need to put a heart over this. But if they don't know it, just put a heart over that to tell them that the letters S and H, when they are together, make the sound sh. And in this case, we also have an open vowel. Remember the rule about an open vowel? Whenever we have a vowel at the end of the word, that vowel says its name instead of its sound. Let's do a couple more words. The next one is the word with and for. And I'm going to go ahead and already write those words. So with, if, as well as the word for. Let me take the last word, which is all. All right. So again, with the word with, how many sounds can we hear? W, I, th. That means there's 3 dots. Let's look at that. Let's look at how those look like. So we have a w, we have a I, and we have a th. 3 sounds. W, I, th. Remember, we have already taught them this th and this the sound. A child will be able to read any word, will be able to decode any word that has these sounds. So we've already figured out that that has 3 sounds. Let's look at the word for, or. We count how many sounds that is, and we have the f and the or. So we have 2 sounds, and when we map that, it's going to be f, and this is going to be or. So or makes the word for. And with the word all, again, we listen to how many sounds we can hear. I can hear a o and a ho. So that means in this case, this a over here is something special to put a heart over, because usually this a will say a, but whenever a is next to an L, it suddenly makes the sound o. So we have a o and a o. So o makes the word all. The nice thing about this is that you can go ahead and teach a child any other o sounds. For example, we have this o over here. Remember I said an A and an L makes the sound O. Okay, now you can go ahead and teach a word like T, O, K. They will know how to read this because they already know this rule, and that will have 3 sounds, T, O, K. It could also be the word W, O, K, walk, or it could just be the word Ch, O, K, chalk. Can you see the benefits of teaching a child how to decode instead of how to memorize words? Now, teachers or parents, if you look at this method, you would realize that it is way better than teaching a child how to memorize, because when children have memorized words, it is much easier for them to forget the words that they have memorized. Let's go to 2 more words and then we'll be done. Let's look at the word like as well as the word some. So I'm going to write both of those words. Like and the word some. Okay, again, we start by counting sounds always. So, like, how many sounds can you hear? L, I, K. Clearly there's 3 sounds. L, I, K. I can hear the word like. Let's look at how we mark that. So how do we show the 3 sounds? I'll be using the purple marker instead. So we have the sound O, we have the sound I, K, and that is a silent E, alright? So like, O, I, K, and it has a silent E. You can put a heart over that. Okay, the next word is some. Again, we count S, A, M. That is 3 sounds. S, A, M, some. Let's look at how we mark those words. So we have a S, A, and a And again, this is a silent E, which is also the reason why that doesn't say O, it says instead. So some. I hope that made sense. I also hope that this video is helpful for you. Please don't forget to like this video and comment. Let me know which words were your favorite, or if you learned anything new. Also let me know how you've been teaching sounds previously. Alright, that's it for this video. Thank you for coming. We will be going through more educational things. Don't forget to subscribe and also share this with your friends or anyone who does not know how to read. Right, that's it for this video. Thank you for coming.